Welcome to your daily focus for April the 18th, 2023. We have a lot of fire energy today. Too much fire energy. Okay, now fire energy is very good because it puts a fire in our words, our actions, our thoughts, our communication, and it gives us that. It propels us forward. But it could also be very detrimental because when we have too much fire, right? Okay, to think of you're in the middle of the forest and you're having a small little campfire. Okay, and it's perfect, right? That amount of fire. It's the perfect setting. But imagine the forest itself on fire. Okay, so we could easily be either of those things today, but we really have to keep the mentality that we need to stop, to review, to think it through before we make any grand gestures, before we take it to the next level and beyond. So we'll talk about that and so much more. Let's start at the beginning. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Now we have the 18 energy today, and that's about your heart center. Okay? That's understanding what makes you happy, what brings in joy to your life, where you get, where you can be motivated, where you get filled with passion, where you feel safe, where you feel that peace of mind, and understanding what needs to be in place for those things to happen for you in your life. So tapping into the emotion and tapping into your magic as well. Now, 1 plus 8 is a 9. 9 is a perfect energy when we are in full moon energy, which we are. The 9 energy is about looking at what has value and what doesn't and clearing the space, getting rid of the clutter, allowing endings, completions on things in our life. If we do the numerology of the day, we have a 4 plus a 9 plus a 7, and that gives us the 20 energy. The 20 energy, that's about turning points. That's about changing directions. That's about taking a risk on yourself and stepping into the unknown or staying safe and secure and making those decisions, weighing out the pros and cons. It usually brings in beautiful, magical energy. 2 plus 0 is a 2. The 2 energy is all about sitting in quiet contemplation and realizing the magic that is within you once again. But the 2 energy also gifts us with magic in our world as well. Sun is in Aries, Moon is in Aries. So, they're both in a fire sign. They're both in cardinal signs. And we've got one more that we're going to talk about, but right now we're going to pay attention to that bold start energy, that cardinal energy, that wanting to begin, wanting to start, wanting to face the challenge, meet the challenge, go through the challenge, and celebrate the success all in a moment's heartbeat. We want to go after things. We have this drive. We have this feeling that we can't wait. We've got to make a move. We've got to take that step. And be careful on that, okay? And we'll talk about that a little bit more. But Venus, we need to know this first. Venus will, Venus is arguing with Jupiter up there in the sky today. And so we could feel a lack of contentment, a dissatisfaction. And that could be within a relationship or maybe how we seek laughter, fun, joy. So we may have this inclination, even a likelihood to overdo in order to reach some sort of satisfaction, right? Because we have all this fire energy around us on top of this. So preferably in an ideal world, we tap into this need for satisfaction, the contentment, without going overboard. But that is so easily said and extremely hard to do under this energy. But if you can pull it back today, if you can really think it through, okay? If nothing else, that first step is going to definitely give you a lesson in how you have to be more prepared or how you have to take care of something in the present in order to really propel yourself into the future. Now, the little other one we're talking about is then the moon. So it's later on in the day, the moon will square Mars. And that fires up our feelings. That stirs us into action. We already have so much fire energy, and that is just like, I don't know. It just pushes it into that forest fire if we allow it to. Okay, it is no longer this little campfire where we're toasting marshmallows and singing songs and telling stories around. This is all of a sudden the forest is ablaze if we allow it. So don't allow it today. Take it back, pull it back. Okay, we will rush ourselves if we don't think about it, and that'll bring in mistakes, and that will bring in errors that could have easily been avoided had we taken that moment or two to think things through. So we have a strong desire to do or achieve something, and chances are it will require determination and hard work, and it could definitely be related to home or family. And this may interfere. This more than likely will interfere with your capacity to make an informed, uncoerced decision as you're trying to achieve or go towards your personal goals. Okay, we'll go to the cards. Actually, before we go to the cards, let me take a moment of your time for an announcement. I have partnered with the Galleria Bay. So the Galleria Bay is an online mall. Okay, and you can discover this worldwide selection. It's actually, the countries are broken up, as well as it's broken up in different ways in order for you to find businesses. Okay, where you can purchase, where you can shop and you may find some favorite places around the world under this umbrella, under this beautiful opportunity. While discovering new places and new uh, eye-opening adventures within the countries of some of the businesses that will be aligned with the Galleria. So don't forget to stop by and see me, but definitely check out the Galleria Bay. I'll leave the link in the comment or in the description box. I'll leave the link. Well, you can go to my website and scroll down on the main page. It's right down there in a little circle. A direct link to it, or you could just go to it, GalleriaBayMall.com, and I'll leave the link as well in the description box for you today. Okay, we'll get to the cards, but I wanted to tell you about that. I am so excited about, being a part of it, being a part of the Galleria Bay Mall. So I just know that you will probably love it as well. Absolutely. We all get tired of when we need something, we just go to Amazon. Sometimes it's wonderful to explore the world of what's out there, and more of sometimes the smaller businesses have the coolest things sometimes, right? So, not to say it's just small businesses. So, look at what our underlying energy is for today. It is the Fool card. Remember I was waiting for like a year and a half for the Fool card to even show up, and then it did finally. It was like, yay. And it wasn't that long ago that I went, yay. So here's the Fool card. The Fool card says, it's we're feeling like it's time. It's time to step forward. It's time to step into our new path. This is the energy that is underlying for the whole day. We want new. We want different. We want excitement. We want challenges. We want successes. We want to go forward. And we're almost demanding it of ourselves today. And once again, I'll throw in that cautionary, be careful. But it's a beautiful time to tap into your mind, tap into your thoughts. I mean, take that fire energy and start writing about your life in 5 years from now or in 10 years from now. Describe it to a T. See it as it will be, because you have that energy to want to go forward. Or maybe you know exactly what is holding you back and addressing it today with that fire energy. Because we want to go forward. The Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is, there's so much more out there on the horizon than we can see. We need to expand the horizon first of all. There's opportunities that lay in wait for us that we haven't even pondered or thought of ourselves yet. So it's about expanding. Okay, so even more, right out that couple of pages. Okay, I want to see 20 pages. No, I'm just kidding. But how about a page of bullet points? Or how about a post-it note full of bullet points and then grow in your mind exactly what that would look like? Because as you do that, that fire energy, and yeah, that fire energy is going to really, really open you up to some marvelous events that can be in your life, some learning opportunities, some travel opportunities, some relationship opportunities, maybe something to build your stamina or your vitality. Maybe it's something that will open up windows or pockets of time for you so you have more time to do what you want to do. Maybe it opens up a financial stream that you hadn't thought of before. But this is definitely a card to say allow the expansion of your horizon. Look at what's available. Four of Wands. So wands and wands. Wands and wands. So this is about, we're filled with passion. We want to go forward. Absolutely. It's tapping into our creativity. It's tapping into our productivity. I was going to say production. Productivity. The Four of Wands is the marriage card. This is when we can secure new partnerships in business, within personal relationships. So whether it is romantic or platonic, it's about growing those relationships, those partnerships, looking at what you are creating. And if it's just something small, we celebrate it anyways because we're doing it and we're it's a step forward. Anything done is a step forward. So here we got our four wands in the ground. We have a little bit of garland hanging up and we've gotten this far. We've got our foundation. We got our outline of what we want to incorporate. And it may change as it goes along, but we've got some kind of basis or some kind of structure in order to go forward. So it's about celebrating those little moments. You say, Telly, I'm pretty well on my own here for doing this stuff. You know what? Your angels, your guides, God, the universe is right there beside you helping you. So celebrate those things with you and the spirit world. Watch how it feels when you say thank you and I couldn't have done it without you. Watch how it feels. And the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is new beginnings, new starts. So something today, and it really wasn't in the astrology, and something today opens us up. Now, it could be in the numerology with the 20. We hit that fork in the road. We meet somebody, and they say, oh, I love doing that too. And, hey, we should get together, and maybe we could do this. And look at what they do over here. And all of a sudden, there's a fork in the road where you didn't even think there was a different choice. You were sitting there when I was saying fork in the road, and you were laughing. But by the end of the day, you may not be. You might be laughing out of joy. Right? But now don't go too quickly. And then, celebrate the meeting of each other. And it may not happen. Carolyn Miss has a story about a friend meeting a friend, and in no way did they think that they were going to build the huge business that they ended up creating, because it wasn't until 9 months into the relationship where they actually came together and said, oh, I didn't know you did that. I didn't know you liked that. I didn't know you had talent there. And it brought them together. It took 9 months of simmering. So don't overlook, just because you didn't have that conversation with them today, that there might not be possibilities down the road. This could also be about meeting new people in our lives. Now, with Venus not getting along with Jupiter, we're not feeling that great about ourselves. So chances are the person you meet on a day like today would have a lower energy than you on a regular day. Okay, because, or they could be feeling that way too. But, okay, because we attract what we're feeling. We are a vibration. Okay, let's get a Nature's Whisper. See what this deck has to tell us today. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, 42. Let love be your beacon. This is about relationships today, isn't it? 42. 4 plus 2 is a 6. And that is about strengthening relationships, or taking it to a little bit of a deeper level, making more of a commitment, taking it from that romantic setting into the next setting. It's about your own health and well-being. It's about loving yourself. It's about looking within the relationship you have with you and how well you treat yourself and allow others to treat you. Lead with love. When you enter into a new situation, see love paving the way. If it is a tense situation or a work environment, do a visualization exercise of filling the space with bright, beautiful love for everyone involved, including yourself. Acknowledge what is going on and be willing to change how you are approaching this. Communication will be harmonious, and you will have a greater prospect to create what you are looking for. Focus on the light within you. Imagine this light shining out of you. Your inner light will permit you to see the world with new eyes and learn new things every day of your life. So isn't that cool how it talks about that, but it also brought this energy into play, didn't it? You'll see the world with new eyes. You will see the opportunities that lay in wait for you that maybe you didn't see prior to now. So this card really sums it up. What did you see in the picture, by the way? Because there's always things pictures within the pictures here. Something may call out to you. It might be a shadow that looks just like something different to you than just a shadow. Let's get an animal card. And pay attention to those things, those little clues, where your eyes focus. And your heart is usually the determining factor. It really is. It's your heart center that sees it first. That's why that intuition and everything we feel all through here, because it's our heart that knows first. They've actually proven this in the labs where they hook people up, and what they do is they'll have, say, 5 million random pictures. And they will flash a picture for 5 seconds, and then it will go away, and it'll be like 5 seconds, and then a completely random picture will come out. Of course, this is all being recorded with pictures to line it up with their heart rate and their mind and everything. The heart knew 4 to 5 seconds earlier than the picture showing up. Then the computer knew what random picture it was going to be showing you. So you want to talk about true intuition. It's your heart center. So imagine that. Your heart, 4 or 5 seconds prior to seeing something scary or something disturbing, automatically starts to drop in heart rate 4 or 5 seconds before it happens. So that when your heart starts beating fast, it started from a lower tempo. So your heart knows. So here it was, this computer that flashed a picture, waited 10 seconds, and then flashed a picture, and it was all random. The computer didn't even know what picture was showing up next. Nobody could guess what that picture was, but somehow our heart knew each and every time. So what an amazing experiment that is, to find out that, and they thought it was going to be in the brain. They thought, this part will light up and this part will dim, and it was the heart that actually was the most revealing thing. So, just saying. Yeah. I love the research because it shows us what for thousands of people our ancestors were trying to tell us. And we weren't listening because, there's a science out there. It proves you wrong, but it didn't prove them wrong. It just took time to prove them right. Anyways, we have B, community. So it's working together. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. Wow, what a message for you. Okay, because we do have a lot of fire energy, and I haven't been, as much as I try and keep it on a very positive note, because it is very positive energy to have this fire energy. But reminding you of the negative, here we are, Come on, bring it in clear, please. So let me read it one more time. And they're not going to do it for me. Why? Okay, so maybe I'm just supposed to look at certain things here. Be open to receiving sweetness. I think that's probably one of the things that we were just talking about, the heart. So open your heart to the beauty. Open our heart to feel the contentment that we've always felt in the relationship. We're just not feeling it today. Or the dissatisfaction. Feel the satisfaction. Know why you are with that person. Concentrate on the moments of love. And maybe this card represents a time when you decide to rebuild that relationship. You decide to light that candle again, to get a spark of light. Remember those times when you couldn't wait to talk to them? You couldn't wait for the day to end. You were hoping the night would never end. How we could just make the rest of all of our obligations and responsibilities disappear to be in their presence. So maybe it's about reigniting those things rather than trying to squash this discontentment in our lives. Squash that feeling of not having laughter and enough fun in our lives. And gaining a satisfaction of what we do have in our lives already, present right in front of us, that has never left. And maybe it needs a little bit of dusting off, but it's still there. It's still present. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.